5 things that make you not want to purchase in Turnberry Towers in Las Vegas. So welcome guys. My clients have over the years shared with me a lot of different reasons why they liked and disliked all of the towers in Las Vegas. Today I want to talk about Turnberry Towers, not Turnberry Place. We'll get into that in another video. Turnberry Towers. Why a lot of my clients will say yes or no. Actually, we're just going to get into the no's on this one because the 5 reasons not to purchase there. So let's get into it. Of course, like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Now, let's get into Turnberry Towers. Turnberry Towers. So Turnberry is a great spot, but there are a few things that trouble people when they're looking at purchasing in this community. So the number one thing, well, let me show you this location first, and then I'll show you what the first on our list is. So Turnberry Towers is right here. You have the Wynn Las Vegas. You have Fontainebleau that is coming up right here. The large community here, the Resorts World, huge hotel, giant pool, right? And then all of the other things. Trump Tower, the Fashion Show Mall is right down the way here. So just kind of give you an idea that it's ancillary to the Strip, not directly on it. But the number one thing that I have on my list is parking. So parking is, I don't want to say it's a problem, but it's kind of a problem over there. And this is why. If you are parking in this community, let me show you exactly on the maps. This is the issue. You have 2 gorgeous towers that are standing right here, right? And then right here, this is the East Tower, this is the West Tower, because I'm facing south now. But what's this building right here? This is your parking garage. And if you notice, it's not below the community like other communities, other towers. It's not directly below. It is to the side. And so when you are looking at Turnberry, you are not going to be able to go down your elevator and go into your parking spot. You have to walk outside in what could be 115-degree heat and go to your parking garage, out of your car, and down the elevator, walking through outside past the valet area, and then finally get into your home, basically into the front lobby, and then you would be able to go into the property itself. So, you know, is that an issue for you? I know it's an issue for other people that I've dealt with. The 5th floor, they do have this sunshade, which is nice, but this 5th floor is for guests. So this isn't really your parking, but down below is all your parking, and you cannot, you're not blocked from the heat. You go straight into the heat, into the oven, and then into your building. So parking, if that's a problem for you, this may be a reason why to consider another property here in Las Vegas. Now, the second reason that we're going to get into is the location. The location of this property, let's take a look at it. It's not going to be the center of Las Vegas Boulevard. You are not looking like, you can't walk outside and just be like, hey, I'm in the middle of everything. You do have to have a car. You do have to drive places. And, some people may want to be able to walk out their front door and get into the center of all the action, right? Get into the best restaurants and the bars and all that fun stuff that Vegas has to offer. Here, you do have to walk outside if you want to, walk to a place, or you want to walk to the monorail. There is a monorail station right here, but if you are walking outside and let's just say, well, here, this is a good example. You got this guy slumped over in front of your building right here. You have gorgeous towers right here, and then you have what could be a transient person basically walking around. So you could have transients that are coming through this area. And you know what, let me just click through here so you can kind of get the feel. This road right here is Paradise. This area is like, okay, you're kind of off the main path, but you still are heavily trafficked. You will have the monorail that is right here. But the big thing is going to be right down this way. We are looking at the Sahara. So Sahara is this road. mean, I know I'm moving around a lot, but Sahara is the main vein. It is a big road. It is heavy traffic. This is going to be a lot of transients that will be walking around. You will notice them on the corners here in this area. So if you are sensitive to that, then this may not be the location for you. Take a look at over here. I mean, this is all, these older communities, older apartments, right next door. And you could only imagine, how great this looks. But let's actually zoom in. Let's do take advantage of our Google Street View. Put our little man here. Bam! Let's drop him on the road. Here we are. So you got, this right next to your $1 million condos, right? So you're like, is this the best location? I don't know. But that, if you're sensitive to that, you may want to really consider another community. So location could be one thing. And now let's take a look. The number 3 reason could be land development. So if you are from a larger metropolitan city and you've had experience with high-rise condos and living in large buildings like these, you may have had experience yourself, or you may have had friends that said, I bought this amazing property, and then wouldn't you know it, next door they built a giant high-rise right on my window. So now I don't have a view of Central Park, I have a view of a tower that has a view of Central Park. So that is something that could affect some of these units in here, and I'll show you on the map exactly what I mean. So if we're looking at Turnberry Towers, right, we are looking, here is Turnberry West, here's Turnberry East. So this is 222 Karen Avenue, and this one is 3222 Karen Avenue, or 322 Karen Avenue. So looking out here, you have a great view of the Strip from the West Tower, and from the East Tower, you have a great view of a golf course. Like, this is awesome, right? You can't ask for better. This tower is pretty safe. I don't believe anything would ever redevelop this area. This potentially, but I mean, I think it's a long shot to have that happen. But over on this side, the West Tower is really where we're going to be focusing in on. This giant dirt lot is a prime development area, and we have no idea what is going to be there. So if you're in this tower looking this way, this side of the building could have something that, could block their view. And it could add to their view. We don't know, but it's a big question mark. And if we're not exactly sure what it is, it could be negative or it could be positive. We have heard that there could be an arena and hotel, so maybe a sports arena on this side, and then maybe a hotel on this side of the lot, but nothing is for sure, and there is nothing that has been fully approved and funded. There has been projects that have been approved, but no funding has come from them. So that is something to think about when you're looking at this community. Now, number 4, grocery stores. There is no good grocery stores around this area. So if we're looking at someone who potentially says, you know what, I love to go out and explore the bars and the restaurants out there, but when I'm home, I do want to be able to go grocery shopping and get food and cook at home for myself. I enjoy that, right? Here, you're going to have to it's going to be a trek to get to a good grocery store. The closest grocery store is a Smith's that's around the corner, but let me show you that one real quick. So here I am on the map. The closest one that we're looking at, I believe, Smith's, right here on Sahara and Maryland Parkway. Smith's, Sahara, Maryland Parkway. And I actually pulled up the Google reviews on that. So here are the reviews. It's a 3.7 star, 964 reviews. This person says, this store is horribly managed. The store manager thinks they've figured out a way to save plastic bags. So they're, saying, okay, they're limiting my plastic bags. This person says, avoid this store, no security, homeless, and shoplifters everywhere. Prisons are safer and more orderly. Okay. And I didn't just select all the 1 stars. I'm just scrolling down, and this is what I'm coming across. I don't usually complain about things, but literally every time I go to the Smith's, I end up buying expired food and wasting money. And so you get these 1-star reviews. This person has a 2-star review. Oh, this one's a 5-star, right? Okay, but that is kind of the gist that you're looking at over there. Now, me, I like to shop at Whole Foods, right? I am kind of a Whole Foods kind of person. And if you want, right here where my cursor is, this is where Turnberry Towers is right here next to the Sahara. And so if you want to have some kind of healthier food, you would have to go up to Charleston and drive across town to this Whole Foods over here, which has great reviews, a lot of them, or right down here by the airport, which there's a Whole Foods in Town Square. Lots of great reviews. This is where I shop. I love this store. It's a great community. And if you are wanting to, have fun, they have a big outdoor mall right here. So that's very cool. So that is a spot. But if you're looking for anything else besides that Smith's, let's look at this right here. This is family food. Family food. Let's take a look at it. This doesn't really seem like a grocery store to me. So this is really not a spot for groceries. They sell hats and random smaller things. It looks like maybe they have some deli meats. Okay, great. But that's really not a grocery store. And then if we go over, what's W-Mart? W-Mart over here, 4.1 stars. So that's pretty good, but let's see what it is. It's, okay, that's at the side of the building. Okay, so you have, this is what you're looking at. Bags of chips. You have some kind of produce here. You're looking at a whole. This looks very appeasing, right? This is what you get around that area. I don't want to have to drive the point home, but there it is. So no good grocery stores. And then the fifth reason why, and what could be the biggest for some people, is recently they did have a shooting. In 2023, they had a shooting in the building. A resident apparently went a little and had a rifle and had a vengeance against somebody in the area. He shot through the lobby, and all of the gorgeous glass that they have in the lobby came crashing down. But this was really shocking. I was actually supposed to be showing properties before my client had something come up. They said, "Hey, Steve, let's not go today." It was supposed to be, I think it was like 4 o'clock. And that's exactly the time that this thing happened. So I'm very happy that my client canceled on that day. That was very good. But they did have a shooting there, but there was one bright spot. And let me show you this real quick. Because if you Google it anywhere, if you Google Turnberry Towers shooting, like in Turnberry Towers probably just comes up anyway. But this guy had an AR-15. It jammed. That's very lucky for everybody. Tower shooter was not acting normal. Of course not. He's decided to shoot people. No one did actually get shot, which is good, besides him. Man called hero after stopping the shooter in Turnberry Towers. That is a big silver lining with this. The person that stopped this shooter was a staff member at Turnberry Towers. They were armed. They did subdue him basically immediately when it happened. I've seen the videos on it. It's very shocking, but he was able to stop them before the shooter could hurt anybody in the tower. So negative thing that they had a shooting, positive thing, the staff actually stopped them. They are who you want on your side. So that is very cool. But of course, those are the top 5 things that I have had clients tell to me about. And, you may want to consider if you're considering investing or purchasing this tower. I thought that this shooting was actually going to be, suppress property values. So I had clients ready to go and waiting to get in there and get some deals. But unfortunately, it has not affected their values. They have continued to raise in value. And so that's kind of a bummer. So from some of my clients waiting on the sidelines. But interesting thing there. But overall, I actually really enjoy Turnberry Towers. I really like things about it. And I'll create another video about it. But that's what we got for Turnberry. And of course, if you want any help, please like, subscribe, give me a call, shoot me an email. Let me know how I can help you place your money here in Las Vegas or find a new home. So we'll talk to you soon, guys, and have a good one.